Hi yogis, this is a short sequence to help relieve low back pain and hip pain. This is good for everyone, but also for my ladies out there. If you're dealing with menstrual cramps or discomfort, this might be the sequence for you. So we'll begin in child's pose. So to start, you can take your child's pose in two different ways. So you can keep your legs together, like you're kind of sitting in hero's pose, and just melt the torso down on tops of your thighs and bring the hands back behind you. Or you can bring your knees out as wide as your mat here, big toes stay together, and then you can walk your hands down, kind of melting the torso in between the legs. So find whichever one calls to you this morning. You may feel more in your hips if the knees are wide apart, more in the low back and the spine if the legs stay together. And once you make it there, just let the forehead rest on the mat. Or if you want to give yourself a little more of a lift, if you're feeling a lot of tension or pain, you can bring a block or a blanket to kind of bring the mat up to you and just rest your forehead on whatever that prop is. So again, start to make your way there. And once you do make it there, close the eyes and just enjoy the flow of your breath. Maybe you let a few exhales fall out of the mouth and allow those vibrations to travel where you feel the physical sensations. And just gently let the breath move those sensations out of the way to help facilitate this release and this opening. With each breath, feel yourself becoming a little heavier here, the shoulders melting down, the spine decompressing, the hips settling. And just allow yourself to be filled with the nectar of the breath. As you breathe here and continue to physically release and get heavy, let your gaze be turned inward through that space between the eyebrows and that gentle pressure of the forehead on the mat or the prop. And just start to feel everything around you melt away, allowing yourself to swim in this nectar of the breath. Take 3 more deep breaths right here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And after that third breath, wherever you are, just slowly begin to prop the torso up. And just pause there for a moment. Take a full breath in and out. Just settling back into having the torso lifted. And then from here, we will make our way into a tabletop position. And once you are there, we'll take a couple of cat-cows just to kind of wake up the spine here. Spread your fingers out wide, tuck your toes under, and on your inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. And exhale, press the mat away and curl, rounding the spine, releasing head and neck down. Inhale back up, dropping the belly, lifting the chest. And exhale, press away and curl. And from here, we'll inhale back to our neutral spine and just swing the legs around, sending yourself back onto your bum, bringing the feet out in front of you with the knees bent. And once you're here, well, just bring the hands back behind you to support you in whatever way is comfortable, maybe up on the fists or maybe planted down behind you. Just explore that space. And extend the left leg out in front of you and cross the right ankle over the left knee. And just kind of gently flap your butterfly wing here, this knee kind of going up and down. And if you're already feeling a big opening or a stretch in the side of the right hip or in the hip crease here of the right leg, then stay here. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can begin to bend this left knee, planting the foot down and just walking it in a little closer. And maybe then you'll feel the stretch intensifying. Keep the spine long here. Not a big arch in the low back, right? But just length. And maybe you kind of rock side to side. Find a connection to your breath. And maybe as you breathe, you start to feel some relief in the outer edge of the hip and you walk that left foot in a little bit closer, taking the stretch a little deeper. And then just pause in stillness there. Take one more deep breath in and out. And just slowly, if you bent that left knee, just walk the leg back out and extend the right leg out long in front of you and tap out your knees here. And then we'll take this on the other side. So we'll cross the left ankle on top of the right knee, or a little above it rather, and just kind of flap that butterfly wing here for a moment, just working out any kinks maybe. And then we'll pause, and if you want to take this further, then we'll start to walk that right foot in close. Feel the breath travel up and down the spine, into the outer edge of the left hip now, and maybe you rock side to side again. Find that connection to your breath, wherever that is. And just breathe into this soft opening of the hips. And we'll come back to stillness here. Take a big breath in and out. And then just slowly begin to walk that right leg back out and extend the left leg to meet it and tap out your knees. And from here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, knees come out wide apart, and kind of make fists with your hands here and press into the earth behind you to lift yourself up so that you can come onto your sit bones here so you're not kind of arching back. And the heels don't have to be pulled in super close to the pelvis, right? That'll really intensify the stretch. So just find a comfortable distance for the heels to be away from the body. And once you're there, we'll bring hands to ankles. And again, just kind of flap both of your butterfly wings here. Spine is long, so again, we don't have this big arch in the back, right? We're just kind of neutral. And then we'll pause, right here, and we'll take a deep breath in and lengthen up through the crown as much as you can. And then on the exhale, begin to hinge forward at your hips, just folding down about halfway. Maybe you start to feel the opening in the inner thighs, the inner hips, and maybe you can walk your hands out to interlace the fingers, kind of cupping your toes. Take another deep breath in right there, lengthen again, and then on the exhale, just surrender and bow. Let the spine round, maybe arms come out in front of you, reaching forward, or maybe you hold on to your feet. And just release the head and neck. Send the breath to the low back, to the hips, and feel that release begin to happen as you decompress the spine and open up the hips. And scan through the body. Notice if you're clenching in your hands or your toes, your thighs, your knees, and just let all of that go. Let the belly be soft, torso is heavy here, opening that space between the shoulder blades as the spine rounds. Take one more deep breath in and out here. And then slowly begin to prop yourself back up. And once you make it there, just use your hands to bring your knees back up and begin to recline down onto the mat. Once you make it here, we're going to extend left leg out long and hug the right knee into the chest and just draw a couple of circles with the knee. Maybe you let go of the hands here and just let it go freely. Just kind of explore the right hip socket and change the direction of your rotation. Let the shoulders be soft. Let that right leg and left leg be soft even as you rotate this right knee. And then we'll come back to center. You're going to grab hold of the outer edge of your right knee with your left hand and extend the right arm out beside you, palm facing down. Take a deep breath in right here, and then on the exhale, just begin to pull that left knee across the body, maybe hooking right toes behind the left knee. And just let that left leg kind of fall over as you twist here, stacking your hips. Try and keep that right shoulder down, grounded to the mat. And if it feels all right for your neck, maybe your gaze goes over the right shoulder. On your exhale, pull the belly button in. Feel the tailbone start to kind of move down towards your heels, elongating the spine. Left leg is soft here. Let the shoulders relax, the fingers. Let go in the glutes and take 2 more breaths right here. The next time you inhale, just slowly begin to unravel and then extend that right leg back out to meet the left and just realign your spine here. And when you feel ready, hug the left knee into the chest and then start to draw those circles here again. Just exploring the left hip, maybe you release hands down. Maybe you notice a difference on this side from the other, and that's okay. And change the direction of your rotation. We'll go for a few more breaths here.
And then we'll pause at center, extending left arm out beside you, palm facing down, and bring right hand to the outer edge of your left knee. Take a big inhale, and then on the exhale, we'll begin to pull the knee across the body again, stacking the hips. Keeping that left shoulder down, letting the right foot just fall over. Maybe hooking those left toes behind that right knee. And just let the glutes release the legs. Let go in that right shoulder, and maybe your gaze goes over the left fingertips or just stays facing up. Just honor your neck here. And take some deep breaths into the hips, into the spine as you kind of wring out the body here. Letting that nectar of the breath move through places that it maybe normally wouldn't reach. Making space to facilitate this release in the low back and the hips. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And then slowly make your way back up to center and extend that left leg out to meet the right. And again, maybe you just tap out your knees here for a moment. Maybe you reach the arms back behind you, full body stretch. And then from here, we'll bend the knees again and hug the knees into the chest. Bring your nose up to your knees. Give yourself a nice big squeeze here. Relax the shoulders down. Long, deep breaths right here. Feeling it travel up and down the spine as you hug everything in. One more deep breath right here. And then just slowly release everything down. Extend the legs out. Bring the arms down by your sides, palms facing up or down. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting the feet fall away from each other and the whole body soften. And begin this integration of your practice, this release fully into Shavasana to soak in the sweetness of that lower back and hip opening sequence. And stay here as long as you like. It was my honor to guide you. Namaste.